Welcome to the lecture series of Object-Oriented Programming. In this lecture, we are going to see arrays, arrays within a class. We will see the array of objects with an example. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to use arrays within a class. You will be able to create array of objects. What is an array? An array is a data structure that contains a group of similar data type elements. Each element in an array is associated with the array index. We can access the elements of an array by using those indices. Here I have an array X of a size 6. The array elements are 19, 10 and 8. Those array elements will be stored in the memory location. The 19 element will get the array index as a 0. At first index 10 will be stored and at the second index 8 will be stored. As I have only 3 elements in the array but the size is 6, at the remaining 3 indices 0 will be stored. If I want to access the element of an array, then I can take a help of those indices to access that element. Now for example, I want to access the element 10. Then I can write the statement as cout x of 1. This will give me the element which is available at index 1 and that element is 10. Now let us see arrays within a class. Arrays can be declared as a members of a class. The arrays can be declared as a private, public or protected members of a class. Let me give you an example. Here I have a class student. The members of the class are roll number, marks of size, void get data and total marks. The void get data and total marks are the member functions which are declared as a public, whereas roll number and marks of size 10, here the marks of size 10 is an array. Roll number and marks of size 10 are the private members of a class student. Now here the marks of size 10 is the array and we can use the member functions get data and total marks to operate on that array as any other variable array variable. Now let us see a simple program. Here I have roll number and marks of size 3 as an array. I have two member functions total marks and get data. Now let me show you the main function. Here S1 is the object of a class student. So when the get data function is called with the statement S1 dot get data, at that time this definition will be executed and in that definition the roll number is accepted from the user and after that the marks of 3 subjects are accepted. Now here for loop has been used to accept the marks of 3 subjects. Why I am saying only 3 subjects? Because the maximum size of array is given as a 3. So the marks of 3 subjects will be accepted and the marks of first subject will get the index as a 0, marks of second subject will get the index as a 1 and marks of third subject will get the index as 2. The indices in an array starts with the 0. So within the for loop I will accept the marks from the user and the first marks, let me accept the first marks, the marks of the subject 1 as 78. The roll number of this student is 68. After that I have accepted the marks of the subject 2 as 45 and marks of the subject 3 68. Now the array size has been reached, that is 3. So my for loop will get terminate and after that my control will go to the next statement, that is S1 dot total marks. Now this function has been called and what that function is doing, that function is calculating the total of those marks which we have accepted from the user. Now I want to calculate the total of 3 subjects, so I have used the for loop here. Now I is equal to 0. So the marks of 0, at the index of marks of 0 I have marks of subject 1, that is 78. So that 78 will be added to 0 first and the total will be stored here, that is 78. After that I will get increment. Now I is 1. So the index the array member, that is marks of 1, will be accepted and the at array index 1 the marks of subject 2 are stored, which are 45. So that 45 will be added to 78 and the result will be stored in the total. In the same way, now my I is 2, so the marks of 2, that is the marks of subject 3, will be considered, which are at index 2, and that will be added to the previous total. So I will get the total as 191. Now if you observe here, the arrays within the class can be used in the same way we use the normal arrays which are not inside the class. Okay, now let us see arrays of object. We can have arrays of variables that are of type class, and those are known as arrays of objects. The array of type class contains the objects of a class at its individual elements. An array of objects is declared in the same way as an array of built-in data type. Now let me show you the syntax here. Here I have a class name, here followed by the array name, followed by the size. In the same way we declare the array of built-in data types. So the array of objects can be declared in the same way. Now let me show you the example. Here I have a class employee, and for that employee I have the data members as name and age with the member functions get data and put data. Now for that employee class, manager is my object, and I have an array of that object manager. Now here I have the size of that array manager is 3. So total 3 records will be stored, and each record will contain the name and age of that respective manager. Now let me show you. The object manager contains 3 objects, as I told you, such as manager of 0, manager of 1 and manager of 2 of the type employee class. Now for an example, if I want to access the element of that array, and if I want to display the element using the put data function, then I can write the manager of I dot put data. Now here it will display the data of ith element of the array manager. Now if I want to take the data, if I want to display the data of manager 0, then I will write here manager of 0 of index 0 dot put data. So it will display the data of 0th element of the array manager. The array of object is stored in the same way as in the multidimensional array. The storage of data item of an array is same as the multidimensional array. Now for example, I have a manager object here, and the size of that manager object is 3. So I will get the index of the manager object as manager of 0, manager of 1 and manager of 2, and each item of that manager of an object consists of the name and age as the fields. Okay, now let us see the simple example. Here I am going to take the same employee class with the name and age as the data members, and get data and put data as the functions. Here I have a get data member function definition, and here I have a put data member function definition. Now here I have manager which is an array of size 3 of a class employee. Now I want to accept the details of manager first, then I am going to use the for loop here. Now for I is equal to 0, I will enter the details of a manager, and through the get data function I will accept the age and name of that manager. Now when I is equal to 0, at 0th location at manager of 0, the value of name and age will be stored. After that, now I is not equal to 3, that means I can enter 2 more records. So I is equal to 1, and again get data function will be called, and I can enter the name and age of the manager object. After that, the third record will be entered in the same way, and To display that record, I will use the put data function. Now here manager of I dot put data at manager of 0 dot put data, the record of first manager will be displayed. Here is my put data function which will display the name and age of that particular manager. At manager of 0 dot put data, the data of second manager will be displayed, and at manager 2 dot put data, the data of manager 3 will be displayed. So if you observe here, manager is an object. Manager is an array of an object which consists of 3 elements: manager 0, manager 1 and manager 2, and each element has the data members as name and age. So I will get the if I enter the input as first manager, that is manager 0, at manager 0 object I will enter name and age as Amit and 35. At manager first I will enter the name as Saurabh and age as 45, and the third is Sanjeevani and the age is 50. I will get the output in this manner. Okay, so in this way we can have the array of an object. I hope you have understood how to use the arrays within a class as well as array of object, and how that array of object is helpful for us to maintain the record of different objects. Thank you. Happy learning.